O'Brian, how lovely to have you back here.
It's a pleasure to be back here, thank you very much.
Now, you know, I'm not going to do all the Irish stuff this time.
Yeah, actually, I almost as if I kind of miss it,
you
know?
Miss it. Although I do a very good Irish accent.
Yeah,
I think it's one of my...
you also say that, and I missed that bit as well, where you suddenly turn into some sort of leprechaun from the 50s, and then look at me in a kind of a, is that the way your mother spoke to you? Kind of way, which is
unkind.
No, it is, but you do pure Turalura, don't you?
No, don't, it's not... Listen, well, now imagine this... Oh, seriously, this sounds like an Irish person today would say, what job would I be? Give me a job and I can do method for you. What job am I in Ireland?
These days, you'd be an IT manager.
OK. Close your eyes for a minute. Have you tried switching the machine on, sir?
No, we all do. I mean, it's not my... obviously, the Irish accent is something that I have. Right?
Yeah, and yours is quite good. Yeah, I'm not taking that away from you. I'm not trying to... It's not a competition, Dara.
Listen, I've been doing mine for 34 years. I have it down.
34 years. I've been doing mine for 46 years now. And I'll tell you to everybody, you know.
The weird thing is, every December, I'm on this damn show, and every December, you do that stupid accent, and every December, I give out to you, and then I go back at Christmas, and people buy me pints from one end of Dublin to the other, going, well done for slapping that Ross prick
because
on the television for doing that. Every year. It's not even... I always feel like it's a great accent for comedy, right? It's not even the best.
It kind of works for comedy, doesn't it?
It works for comedy, right?
Which other ones work, do you think?
The best one is Dutch, actually. Dutch, yes. Dutch is very easy to do, yeah. You just do kind of a... You put a lisp in every so often, and it's fantastic, yeah.
But isn't that in danger of turning into Sean Connery?
It can be, but you just keep bringing it into Middle Europe, and it's fantastic. Also, great place to do gigs, right? A fabulous place.
In Holland?
In Holland. Okay. Fabulous place.
Well, you can do it in English, I guess, because they all seem to speak.
They all speak the language, but as well as that, you can never die in front of a Dutch audience, right? It's impossible. It doesn't matter how badly you do.
Why is that?
They just look at you in a kind of a, OK, he's not very funny, but he's not imposing on anyone else's human rights.
Now, you've just done a huge tour. I know this because we've spoken. How many dates did you do?
I did 100 dates in total. I did Edinburgh, and then I did 75 dates all across the UK and back in Ireland.
That started in the summertime or earlier in the year?
No, it started back in March. It started in snow in Glasgow, and then it ended up to darkness in Yeovil. It went all the way from the two.
And so that's a pretty big chunk of year.
It's a long time spent in the year on the road, just sitting in the car, and it's just you as well. I don't have four other chicks with me at any given time. Right?
You're saying that the girls allowed don't have it as rough as you out there?
I'm saying it's like their life is just rose petals flung in every direction.
But you don't know what it's like to have to wax yourself and put on tiny denim shorts before you go on stage, or do you?
You have no idea how smooth I am under this suit. You know that?
I like to think of you as like a giant Irish otter.
It's difficult for me to gain traction. Stuff just water beads off me, and then it runs off me entirely. I'm so smooth.
Have you ever shaved yourself around the arse area, the balls, or your chest, or anything like that, where normally you would have hair for very good reason?
Yeah, OK, one by one. Yeah. I have never shaved myself around the arse area. Around the balls? No, I don't think I have.
Even trimmed a little bit?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of it. I think the phrase is topiary. A little bit of that.
Well, you did it into a shape of something.
It's currently a pheasant.
You want to watch out for poachers this time of year.
I know.
I bagged a big one. It's a bit gamey, though. I shaved my balls a while ago, OK? And the thing is...
It's good that, like,
feel free to applaud that. I shaved my balls a while ago.
As a matter of interest, did you...
No. Let's do it as though you spontaneously burst into applause, right? Just for the hell of it, and we'll leave this in the sun. I shaved my balls a while ago. Thank you.
And, when you did it, like, did you do away from you, or did you do towards you? Which way did you do?
Mainly towards, I think.
Yeah. It gets it closer, doesn't it find? Because eventually,
but what I found
you start chaffing off the thighs, right?
But here's the thing. You're meant to have it down there. You're meant to have it down there.
Yeah, it does
because it absorbs moisture. And when you're sitting down there now, if you're sweating in between them, you stand up your hip, as it separates. It's uncomfortable.
That's not a noise I want from the groin area. At any stage, I don't want it popping up.
Oh, jeez. OK. Now, Dara, I've never actually seen you performing live. I've seen video footage of you, DVD footage of you performing live. It seems like a very funny gig. I imagine you can't beat the lively excitement of a live gig. If, for example, you were to have hecklers, How do you deal with that situation?
I tend not to get hecklers because I tend not to breathe at any stage. I tend just to go bang, bang,
So
bang,
you keep it
bang,
going. Also,
bang,
you're quite an imposing figure. I know you're a sweet-natured man, but you're a big fella.
I'm 6'4" and whatever number stone. Like, so I'm a big guy. But generally, I try to lure people into the show. Like, as in, I try, like, because I noticed over the years that I go bang, bang, like I'm doing now, bang, 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 bang. There's no gaps. No one can come in. I don't offer rhetorical pauses that people can go, I don't think so, in the middle of it. Right? So there are easy ways of avoiding hecklers, but I actually go to them. I constantly go into the audience trying to get something out.
Now, why do you do that, and how do you do that?
Because you do it because it's half an hour stuff that the audience on any given night doesn't happen every other night.
That's nice. Yeah. So you give them something fresh and spontaneous.
Yeah, and it is. And comedy, you know that phrase, you had to be there, which is always a bit of a put down.
A nice thing to know, though.
Yeah, but in a live comedy gig, that's the best thing of all.
So say you were doing a gig this evening, I'm sitting in the audience here, and would you come to me?
No, I wouldn't go anywhere near you.
What? Why wouldn't you come to me?
You're screaming, talk to me. Right?
I'm what you call a character. Of course you're going to come to me.
The last thing you want is a character.
Well, who do you want to speak to? Some dull person so you can bully them?
I want to take some dull person and make gods of them for the night. Not find some look at me, attention-seeking prick like herself. Sitting in the front going, shoot. Right.
So you would go for a normal-looking person? You wouldn't go for...
Particularly, I wouldn't go for you. If I saw you and said, oh, how does Jonathan? I would give you a nod or a wink, but I wouldn't go to you because I already know too much about you.
I see.
What you want is a bit that'll surprise you. You want to go to some sham, like I did. It's on the DVD because there's a story that I told.
Someone you don't know.
You know nothing about, and you go to them. Like as I said, there's one story in the DVD that I told in Wales once, and there was a quiet night, and I said to some guy, what's the greatest thing you've ever done? And he kind of goes, God. And he's sitting there thinking of have I ever done anything like, and I'm kind of going, Jesus, give me anything. Right? And your man goes, well, I was the Milky Bar kid. Your man was looking at me in a real kind of, is that the kind of thing you were looking for?
That's solid gold.
And you go, just brilliant, right? And he was a Welshman. The punchline of the thing, and this is all on the TV, the punchline of the story is that eventually your man said, I said to your man, did you ever get to say the words, right? The Milky Bars are on me, right? And your man, truthfully, he was a Milky Bar kid in 1968, goes, no, I didn't. They dubbed me out.
Because he was too Welsh?
Because he was Welsh. Because in 1968, you people weren't ready for a Welsh Milky Bar kid.
Milky Bars are on me, Oh, the Milky Bars are on me.
But you're looking for any of that gold.
Okay, you must enjoy doing that, though. You're someone, I can't imagine you ever being at a loss for words.
Certainly. No.
And on stage, was it always this way? When did you begin in comedy, Dara?
I was in university and I used to do these kind of college debates.
You did a proper, really grown-up, intense subject, didn't you?
I did maths in college.
Maths, proper maths, though?
Like, yeah, big sums.
Physics and maths?
Physics and maths and relativity.
Quantum theory?
A little bit of that, but that one's quite boring, so I ditched that.
Chaos theory?
Year. Didn't get to that. I was being in the postgraduate stuff. Like, if you want to go through all of the disciplines of science,
I'm interested in quantum theory.
Quantum theory isn't? What would you like to know?
Because quantum theory, if I'm correct, is quantum theory is that at the very basic subatomic level, we are all the same material. So, for example, Dara is made out of exactly the same atoms as this here desk, okay? But it's because there are slightly different spaces between them and they are vibrating differently that instead of being a useful lump of wood, is a big plank on that.
Okay, first, I'm not made of the same atoms as the desk.
You are made of similar atoms.
No, I'm made of the same stuff that makes up atoms.
Yes.
And then it all... You're right that basically it all... But I'm made of so much more. Hopefully. But it is... you are, on some level.
Hang on a second.
That's not the fundamental.
Out of the two of us, which one sounds like he knows what he's talking about?
See, this is the problem, because I've actually studied a bit of it, so I know how much I don't know. Whereas you are inglorious ignorance to any fact at all. By the way, the theatre I did the DVD, just linking with something you were saying, the theatre...
Where was it?
It was in the Theatre Royal in Drury Lane, which is glorious. And it's haunted. Right?
It's not haunted.
It is, okay, it's haunted.
They claim it's haunted.
Apparently there's an actor bricked into the walls who was murdered and buried in the theatre.
Do they know where?
I think they've since recovered.
They're vague on that.
Yeah, but there was one of the guys who does the ghost shows, right? And I won't give his name, Liverpudlian.
One of these guys, like a Derek Acora figure.
Well, very like a Derek Acora figure, right? Who went along and then channeled the ghost, right? Okay. And did it in such a hammy way, right?
Well, he gets possessed by it, doesn't he?
And the guy was Irish, so he was doing, Begara, I've been killed in the building, right? And the camera was shaking. The camera found this so funny. The camera was shaking up and down, right? And then Derek, for some reason, channeled the guy who murdered him, even though the guy who murdered him isn't actually buried there, right? But he's still, I'm the man who murdered the guy earlier, right? And all the time, the camera shot is up and down.
I love the fact the girls are really hooked on this story, aren't they? So what happened?
In the end, in the Hill Hunt?
Yeah.
Listen, it's all rubbish. He's not there at all.
Okay, so you're not touring at the moment. What do you do with your time? What do you do? You work on TV, we know this.
Yeah, you all know about the Mock the Week.
Mock the Week, which has been a big success for you.
Huge success, very, very
It's a different sort of discipline to doing what you do on stage, I guess.
There is. It's more of marshalling people around you and letting them in as much as possible.
Did you ever want to be just a straight out-and-out presenter, though? Did you ever want to...
No.
What about when you were in the early days in Ireland?
I did kids TV for a couple of years, but only because I needed
What was the name of the
job.
kids TV show?
Echo Island was
Echo Island?
Echo Island.
Wouldn't we like to see a clip from Echo Island, ladies? Would you like to see a clip from Echo Island?
No.
Let's have a look anyway. And remember, the Dara you're about to see now on Echo Island is made of exactly the same atom from subatomic particle as the Dara that's sitting here right now. They're just vibrating differently. Have a look at this. Echo Island. What were you speaking of? Was that Iraqi?
It was not Iraqi.
It sounded Persian. Were you speaking Persian? One of the old languages?
That is my old career in Al Jazeera.
What language was that?
It was Irish. It was Irish.
Can you speak some Irish for us now?
Yeah, I can. Well, actually, give me something to say.
How about you say that this couch is marvellous? Could I buy it from you?
Tan gahir sé ítach an cadam countwet. An vetan sin countwet. Tuair me argad it. Agus in ní sin raimid de wáile agus genú an grúig of rincho the hestigal.
That was made up.
The last bit got a bit strange at the end, but buint an grúig o Mavagarni is to take the hair off my balls.
Did you learn that as a kid?
I went to school entirely through that. Like I speak the language fluently.
And did you speak at home with your?
Yeah, I spoke with my dad in particular. Constant. I only speak Irish with my dad.
Wow, that's quite something. Can he speak any other languages?
You know, he can speak other languages. He just chooses, and we choose, and we just do that because otherwise he'd lose it or go out of practice.
Are there words for modern things in Irish like iPod?
They actually do come up with them, and some of them they take off and sometimes they don't, like any other language. But there is obviously that thing where telephone would be telephone, but then equally that's a Greek word anyway. So
but do you say more like telefoni, like that, sort of, to make it sound like the rest?
I say it with a crazy Dutch accent. Right?
But it would sound weird if you were speaking. So look, get it, and you're going, iPod. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if I was Swedish, I might do that.
It's close enough.
True enough. Okay, grand. I could have been making that up.
True enough, grand. I like that.
What? I'm drawing a line. I'm drawing an entire line under that.
Dara, what does the future hold for Dar O'Brian?
I now do, which is actually quite fun. Apart from doing the TV show, I actually do a bit now where I'm not touring for the first time in ages, and I actually have to sit in and drink red wine and write jokes.
How nice to be sitting at home.
And it actually is just nice to be sitting at home for a while.
And do you have any children yet?
No children.
Just you and your lovely wife?
Just you and my lovely wife.
Does she still have a crush on me?
She has she says hi, but I don't think you should play this up as much as you do.
It's true.
I
met Dara. Well, first I met Dara before he got threatened by it. He told me his wife had a crush on me, and I tell you, she was all over me. If he hadn't been there, I tell you, it would have been fun time.
It would never have happened. It would never have happened. I don't abuse my wife on the air.
Truth amongst friends. Truth amongst friends.
No.
Truth amongst brothers of the Gaelic. Come on now. Of the Gaelic sword of truth. Come on.
Are we arm wrestling?
That is the sign of the...
happily arm
Come on then, let's have
my wife.
You know what's great is he really went for that just in case I held you to it. We weren't really for your wife there, were we?
No. I would
Best
never
out of three? I'm joking, of course. Dara, love it to see you again.
Always a pleasure.
Good luck with the DVD.
Yeah, DVD. Yeah, absolutely.
What's it called? DVD.
It's Dar O'Brian live at the Theatre Royal, and it's and the extras are great, and it's loads of fun. I love it.
Is there any ghost hunting on the DVD?
No. But at some stage, a big smoky thing appears in the background.
That will be your agent. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dara O'Brian. How great to have you on the show again. Thank you. Marvellous. Dara O'Brian.